Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? We got breaking news coming out of Israel that's very, very, the rioting is completely out of control. We're hearing from some of our friends there in Israel, some of our close contacts, and the rioting is out of control. It's the worst it's ever been. These are some folks who've been there for a long time. And the airport even last night shut down. I don't know if the airport is back up and working or not. So you've got you've got plane loads of people from all over the world trying to land in Israel for tour, and you have people trying to leave, and they've taken over shut down the airports. Also, we have here some Israeli banks are even closing as their businesses due to the protests, so they're shutting down their banks. Israel's prime minister calls to all demonstrators in Jerusalem from the right and from the left to behave responsibly and not to act violently, because we are brothers. Okay. Also, clashes have broke out between security forces and the demonstrators in the center of Tel Aviv, which Tel Aviv seems to be worse than any of the other cities, but the rioting is going on now in Haifa, in Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, in Beersheba,
Hello?
and other cities.
Yes.
And let me step out here. I'll step out.
Okay.
Hang on one second, folks. Give me 1 second. We got a phone call coming in one way and another. Both. So I'm so sorry about that. So basically, what's happened is a massive chaos is breaking out now. What it is, the demonstrators are, and there's several things. Netanyahu fired his defense minister. His defense minister was even a member of his party, the Likud party, Gallant. This created a chaos last night. Why did he fire him? Because Gallant said that Netanyahu's reform measures to try to reform the Supreme Court has caused a security risk for the nation. Netanyahu disagrees with him. He says, no, it isn't. That's totally two different things. National defense against Iran has nothing to do with us restructuring the Supreme Court. Well, after he was fired, apparently George Soros has poured more money into the rioters because and that's what happens. George Soros, folks, funded all the riots that went on here in America during the year 2020. During the whole year of the burning down the cities and the defund the police, the whole thing was funded by George Soros. George Soros is funding the rioting right now in Israel. He pays the rioters. He also is paying the riots that's going on right now in Paris, France. Every time any world leader tries to make any kind of changes at all, there's a spontaneous explosion of rioting from these organizers who are basically, and the reason they're able to get people to do it is because they're paid. The average rioter gets about $250 for every day that he goes out and tears stuff up. So this is destroying and creating chaos of stable governments around the world, including Israel right now. This is very huge because Iran is threatening to attack Israel on every day. And so Israel has to stay on its guard to not be attacked from the Iranians or the Syrians or the Jordanians or the Hezbollah out of Lebanon or Hamas out of Gaza. So the chaos. So here's what I want to say. The window has closed. Remember when I told you a year ago, the Lord told me to go to Israel and to take as many people as I could with me. And he gave me a specific dates. February 7th through the 17th, he gave me the specific dates. Go then. So I set up the tour. 57 of you went with me. And it was phenomenal. It was a great time. There was peace in the land. The Holy Spirit moved everywhere. It was phenomenal. Baptized 40 of you in the Jordan River. That's prophetic. Heidi was healed of her shoulder in the Jordan River miraculously. People were saved. The tour was phenomenal everywhere we went. But the day before I left, it began with the fighting, and then the rockets and the Palestinians rising up against the Jews, and now the Jews fighting among themselves. It's unbelievable. But the Lord just spoke to me this morning and said, Paul, the window has closed. The window was open, the window has closed. Woe unto the inhabitants of the land. We're in the last days. Give your life to Jesus Christ before it is too late. I put one shout out for you, and that is keto, www.keto with Paul. That's www.keto-with-Paul. If you're struggling with your weight, you need to speed up your metabolism. One way to do that would be with the keto powder. It's good because you get what's called ketosis, which speeds up the metabolism. Check it out. Go to www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. You will prosper. And I hope to see you guys in Branson, Missouri. I'm going to be there Wednesday morning doing 2 television shows with Mark Biltz, as both of us are the guest of Jim Baker on 2 broadcasts, 2 television shows. You can be a part of that studio audience. If you are able to be there, I'll be there. I'd love to see you. God bless all of you. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. The window is closed. The window is closed.